Coming to Trinity, it was some 50-some years ago, and the reason we chose Trinity was my children were going to LEM camp, which is Lutheran Evangelistic Movement, summer camp, every family camp with their grandma, my mother. She would bring them to that camp, and they would have just a wonderful time at camp, and they would come home all spirit-filled. There was nothing to do with all this energy and excitement they had about the Lord when they got home from camp. So I called LEM, and they told me they had 2 churches that were affiliated with them, and one was Trinity of Minnehaha Falls, and the other was St. Paul's down on 19th and Portland. And I thought, well, that's interesting. We live right smack in the middle between, on 38th and 20th. And so we could choose either one. And I got to thinking about it, and I thought, if we went to Trinity, it would be in the Roosevelt High neighborhood, and that's where the girls went to school. So we chose Trinity. And little did I know then that LEM started at Trinity. It was that where LEM all began. One of the first things we found out was they had a Sunday school or Bible class for high school kids. So, and I had 2 high school kids right there, and so they fell right into it, and they started going to the Sunday school Bible class on Sunday morning, which met between the 2 services, and there they met several of their friends from Roosevelt. So I knew this was a God thing, and that this was the church that the Lord wanted us to go to. Because of that, they continued on with their spirit-filled life, and they found people here at this church that had the same desires as they did in having Jesus in their heart. And they ended up, all 3 of my children ended up marrying spouses that also had Jesus in their heart, and therefore all of our grandchildren are being raised in Christian homes at this point. And I do believe it's a praise and thanks to Trinity Lutheran Church in Minnehaha Falls that they kept this spark going for these teenagers, and also now with the grandchildren. I trust that Trinity will continue to be a big part of the young people or the high school kids in their life going on with their spiritual training and follow through as they leave the nest at home and continue on their own.